Hey, can I start us off real quick? Real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to dedicate this stream right now for however long it lasts, 2 minutes or 7, to Vin Diesel and how stupidly seriously he takes himself, because I'm outraged.
So we did a story this morning that Vin Diesel said that he had to really work up The Rock to get his aesthetic in Fast and Furious. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson came out and said, that's hilarious. No, he didn't. And you were saying, do you think Vin Diesel takes himself seriously? To which I was like, well, yeah. But it's the only thing he has is the Fast Furious franchise.
You're not into the Chronicles of Riddick or XXX 1 through whatever, or the Pacifier Protection Program, or any of the other things that he's done where it's like, dude, who are you? And can you please go away?
I liked the Pacifier Protection Program.
I did too. When they got out of the van, they're like, land! I'm like, I totally get that.
It was so cute. It was so cute.
Why can't you do more of that?
I don't know. I mean, besides, The Rock and then Gal Gadot became Wonder Woman, but this is why him and Tyrese take it so seriously. It's what they have to hold on to.
It's like, okay. First of all, you guys crapped the bed when you came out with Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Okay? Like, you had
I skipped that one. So even if I'm on like a Fast and Furious binge, I skipped that one.
Right. You had an opportunity to bring in a whole bunch of people, and you saw people driving around in those little Maseratis or whatever it was back then. You're like, you got to make a movie about that.
There were Maseratis. They were like Mazdas.
That's what it was. The Mazdas.
Yeah, they're like Honda Civics.
But then second of all, like,
I used to hang out with a girl that had a souped up Honda Civic, like with rods on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's the whole culture.
Then you hit the switches. Yeah. Oh yeah.
My buddy Lee, I don't know anything about it, but my buddy Lee did that whole thing with the CRX, the little Circuses. He called them a Cirques, but the CRX, it was strip them out so it's like just nothing but 2 seats and a steering wheel, and make it as light as you can and put all the stuff in it. It scared the heck out of me. I never want to be in one again.
Oh yeah, so it would be fun when she would hit the switches on on a guy who was like into it. But like I dated a guy who had switches in his truck, and it was so embarrassing. And I remember my friend who's super farmer guy came up and he's like, really, this is the guy you're going to date? With his S10 on switches.
But can we circle back to Vin Diesel real quick?
Yeah.
Because anytime you see him, okay, I follow his Instagram and his Facebook. He is an emotional dude, okay? I'm an emotional guy, right?
Really? Tell me more.
I'm a super emotional guy. Vin Diesel makes me look like I'm dead inside. When you get him on Facebook, when somebody sends him a gift, I watched him one time do a whole 20-minute video where somebody sent him some wind chimes with a note, and that's all it was wind chimes and a note, and he's walking through the woods going, oh my God, these wind chimes are so beautiful, and you know what? With this note right now, what it says about you, human connection, and then he's going to go off and be like, hey, let's get in our fancy cars and go jump a big rig off of some ice and take it super seriously. By the way, The Rock, you're making $20 million a film. Let me show you how to do this, because I've made 10 of these Fast and Furious films and nothing else.
I am all about men having them. Men are allowed to have emotions. I cannot handle a crybaby guy.
There's a difference between having an emotion and exuding your emotions on everybody else. You can have emotions, but don't make everybody else suffer through them.
I can't have a guy who cries all the time.
Yeah. No,
I'm already emotional. I'm already emotional enough,
Over Vin Diesel's wind chime or just in general?
Oh, I don't think I hit that with Vin Diesel wind chime level.
No, he took me on a ride on that one. There was a minute where he almost took me down
the rabbit
hole.
Did it make you cry?
That close, and then I pulled myself back out. I'm like, dude, it's Vin Diesel. He's wearing parachute pants.
Okay, so not when a girl is crying to get her way, but when a girl is like legit sad crying, does that make you uncomfortable or like?
There was a time
I talked to a guy yesterday that gave me some news, and I was trying not to cry, and then just tears start coming out my eyes, and he just goes like this, right? And I'm like, he goes, I can't look at you. Like, I can't, I'm going to cry, and this is making me sad. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I can't make it stop.
Is this news that you told me already?
No, and it's not anything I want to talk about. Yeah.
I think there's a difference between being emotional and then making everybody live your emotions with you. Like, I mean, everybody has emotions, right? But yeah. But then when I make you suffer through all of my emotions because I can't get them in check, that's different. that's me not taking care of a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how
Yeah.
I look at it.
I know. I'm just emotional because it's around that time anyway, which we've talked about before, and you don't want to talk. I'm crying about everything right now.
Right.
So I was like trying. It was one of those things like, why am I crying? But the tears just wouldn't stop, you know? And he's like, I can't look at you. Can't look at you.
Do you cry in the car? Do you cry in the car? Or do you?
Oh, I cried maybe 3 times on the way here.
Okay.
But I'm at that week where I'm super emotional. Like, you don't want to I don't want to make any big life decisions right now.
Right.
Like, maybe I got a little bit too upset about the hotel bathtub because it's also that time right now. But I'm very happy that I moved because I'm very.
Well,
I'm in a better head.
You had a specific want and a specific need, and they not only didn't give you that, but then they also gave you 2 middle fingers. We're like, nah.
Oh, I was so pissed at that hotel. Oh, my friend Mira just wrote me, what are you sad about? You can call me after the live stream.
Okay, isn't this what's awesome?
I love you, Mira. I love you, Mira. Awesome. Yeah. I was pissed at that hotel yesterday. And at the end of the day, it wasn't even about the bathtub anymore. It was about how terrible they were. They were so, I've never dealt with customer service like that ever in my life. It was so bad from every angle, from the corporate office, from the general manager, from the front desk. I'm like, no wonder you're all jerks. It's trickling down. I will never stay at a Holiday Inn Express or an IHG hotel ever again in my life. It was that freaking bad. It was that bad. Is it IHG? It's supposed to be like some great, like you go on Instagram, they're like, look at we did for this epic thing we did for one of our people. No, you're the terrible customer service, all of you. You
should have commented, that's amazing, but what's your jetted hot tub situation like right now in Oregon?
Or just what's your situation on anybody having any kind of manners at all?
Yeah, where you guys at on that? Where are we at on that?
Your general manager sucks. So then Expedia called me and she's like, I go, yeah, the general manager did call me and he's an a-hole too. And she's like, oh my God. I go, get me out of this hotel right now. And she's like, we're relocating you. I'll call you right back. I'm like, thank you.
So you had a few good cries. You had a few good cries yesterday.
Oh man, I was pissed.
Hey, I cried in the car yesterday and I didn't realize people I knew were in front of me.
Okay, did they see you?
I don't know because they waved to me when they were turning left. I'm like, did they see? But I wasn't like ugly face crying. I was kind of like just like, so I don't think they saw.
There's this epic TikTok going around of this girl and she's like sobbing. She goes, I'm ugly crying at a stoplight and I look next to me and the guy from 50 Shades of Grey just saw me snot bubble crying. I hate LA. I hate LA. She's like bawling. She's like, the God of our people, you guys. He saw me crying.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because like that's like the one thing you don't ever want anyone seeing you do is cry. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. It's all wet and it's shiny right here. And this for me, it gets clogged up right here, right? So then I start talking like I'm super nasally.
Oh, and my nose gets bigger and my eyes get all like, you can tell the next day when I've been crying, like I have super bad bags under my eyes. It gets bad. You
know how like your mouth will get super salivated and spitty when you're crying, and then like you go to talk and you want to go say something, but you make that disgusting 5-year-old spit bubble instead. You're like, no, don't say that either. Oh man, okay? So what's your plans for the day then? I mean, you're okay. It's starting out rocky.
Yes. So then yesterday I hung out with Joe, who is my ex, if you're new to the show, my ex-husband and his girlfriend, Jen, and they took me to food carts because they get me and they feel me. So we went to food carts, and because of who I am as a person, oh God, my daughter Layla is just like me. So we have all ordered from the food carts. Me, Jen's kids, Joe, Layla's still walking around. Can't decide what she wants. I get Mexican food, and then I get some pizza because they had some gluten-free pizza. Then they had something else, and Joe's like, where does she get her indecisiveness from? I'm like, let her get what she wants. And then we hung out by the pool. Jen and I hung out by the pool and had some ciders. And then I know this weirds people out. It's fine. Because one of the guys that I'm talking to, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm at my ex-husband's girlfriend's house. And he sent me back a meme that was like, confused. They went to trivia night and I stayed at her house with the kids.
Okay.
And ordered dinner and stuff and hung out with my kids and her kids. And then Joe is coming over here with the kids. I left the Jeep there. So I lifted here because they only have one car because he's here visiting too. He lives in Vegas. So I left my Jeep there with the keys there and lifted to the hotel. So I'm pretty much just stuck here until they get here.
Okay. So it sounds like it's good time to relax.
Yeah, we're going to do, well, because Mom of the Year over here decided to come visit her kids that she loves so much during a brand new release of Fortnite. So Joey stayed at his dad because they were going to come stay with me. No, Mom, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. Me and Gavin already have, an appointment at 6 o'clock to play Fortnite. And I'm like, how am I going to take that away from him? I go, Mommy's going to be, he goes, so I might wake you up. I go, I'm going to be on the air. He's like, I'm staying at Dad's. I'm like, what can I say? What can I say? So they're there. I'm sure he's still playing Fortnite. And then I'm going to take a bath. My first bath of the day.
I got a picture last night with how happy am I right now. And there's a bathtub. Like it could have been a blue kiddie pool from the Walmart. You would have been good. There could have been 30 people, little straws making bubbles on the side for you. You would have been like, this is better than what I had.
Oh man, I was so happy because even Joe's girlfriend, because I'm sure she's heard a million stories about what a pain in the ass I could be, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, so what happened? And I go, well, I didn't have a tub. And she just looks at me and she looks at him and he's like, she doesn't stay anywhere without a tub, especially if she's by herself. And Jen's all, okay, continue the story. I'm like, I know it's not a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to me. She's like, okay, so I sent her the picture too. She's like, yeah, you got your tub.
Hey, I have a tub-related question for you.
Uh-huh.
And I guess I could have just looked this up, but I didn't. Did they make chairs for not deep tubs where because I like taking a bath and watching a show. It's nice. I don't have a hot tub, so I use my tub. But do they make like a more straight up and down sort of chair thing in a bathtub where you can sit not like this against the porcelain?
I only think for babies. I know that they do have a blow up pillow that you can suction to the back of your tub so that you can lean up against it like a backrest.
Yeah, I just need something more for the lumbar,
Yeah. I am now staying at the Clarion Inn in Clackamas.
Oh, Clarion's great.
Oh, I just told everybody where I'm at. The Clarion Inn in Clackamas. The front desk.
You're not going to say your room number. What's your room number?
The front desk lady was awesome. The manager came out because she heard me asking. She goes, well, the total's going to be, and I said, well, because my credit card company immediately sends me a text anytime I purchase anything. And I said, well, I got a text earlier that this was already, and the manager comes out. She's like, look, this was a pre-approval, blah, 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 blah. Totally nice. I went back downstairs. I'm like, where can I get a bottle of wine? And they're like, here's the Target. There's this. There's a bar next door. And I'm like, no, I just want a glass of wine for the bath. Right. And so I come back. They're super nice. And the breakfast here is way better spread than what I was looking at. Yesterday was like the bagels and a hard-boiled egg. Here, they had all the fruit, waffles, pancakes, bagels, cereal, eggs, sausage, like all of the spread. So and it's a nicer location. So I'm glad I moved. See?
I'm glad too.
Mm-hmm. There's this podcast I listen to called Girl Gotta Eat. Only if you like dirty girls, because these two girls are dirty and I love them. But it's a podcast called Girl Gotta Eat. And I thought I was the only one, but one of the hosts on there. So the Hyatt or somebody the Westin gave her a free room. And she comes on the air. She's like, hey, thanks for the $2,000 room, but where's the tub? Right? I'm like, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only. She's like, it was great. And the room service, and she was obviously being very sarcastic. But she still threw in there. She's like, but it didn't have a bathtub, and I'm pretty pissed about it. And I'm like, yay, I'm not the only one.
We're going to have to do a show where we talk about what we look for in a hotel room. Because for me, it's not the tub. I like really fancy showers, like the ones that have the rain down and stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. If I go to a hotel that has one of those, that hotel gets 6 out of 5 stars.
Yes. Yes. I am. For me, it's a tub. It's a
And
tub.
and coffee makers and limitless
Mhm.
coffee.
Yes. I don't search for a hot tub, but if you got, so when we went to Mammoth, the hotel, the resort that we stayed at had like 7 hot tubs. So they had like 5 hot tubs in like separate private rooms that whole families were taking up, which pisses me off. I don't know why, because I was raised that kids don't belong in a hot tub, and I have to pull that out of my head, because they're not going to drown in there, and it's easier for the parents. So I'm trying to get over it.
And our
then
kids aren't 3 anymore.
Yeah, and the kids, and then there was a big hot tub in the back, and that's where most of the adults were. So we would always go into the adult hot tub and chill. But then if we would walk through back to our room and any of those private hot tubs were open, we hit every one. So we were like, we hit 5 hot tubs this trip. We were so excited. I love a hot tub. I don't care how many germs are swimming in there.
That's what I do with hotels and ballrooms. If there's a hotel with a ballroom and an event going on and they're dressed just kind of normal and it's a thing, I'll walk into the ballroom and act like I belong there, and I'll eat the food and then I'll leave.
I've never crashed a party like that.
I don't consider it crashing the party. I don't even talk to people. I don't do a backstory. I'm a part of this. I just put my head down, nod, say hi. If there's a conversation, I just roll with it. I get food and I go. and I do it just to see if I can do it. I haven't done it in a few years. Because
I was with you, I would stand outside the door and watch you do it and then be like, and grab me some food though too while you're in there.
The first time we did it, the reason I'm so brazen in doing it is because the first time I did it, I was in Vegas with my buddy Kurt, God rest his soul. He just passed away in February. But when he lived down there, I can't remember what hotel we were at, but there was this huge like casual reception for a family from Mexico. I don't think one person there spoke English. And I went in and grabbed some food and came out.
And nobody noticed you going in there? You?
Like I just kind of, I wigwammed my way through, or I zigzagged my way through, and I think I got some Swedish meatballs, and I can't remember what else it was I got, and I got a drink, and I got out. And so since then, I've always gone through, and I've always tried to see how much I can fill up my little white styrofoam plate. And so like when it comes to the bruschetta and the cheeses and the stuff like that, like I'm a ninja when it comes to grabbing those things and getting out.
You are super fast. You're super fast. I
am. And I blend because I don't really have like a distinctive look. Like you can't do it. You've got hair that says I'm Madden and I'm here, right? I'm like, I'm a typical average 43-year-old white male. I blend in like wallpaper. I'm just there. Like they see me and I'm either part of the staff or I'm the brother that nobody ever talked about because I don't have a whole lot going on.
Oh, that must be Sam from
Jessica's
mom's cousin's side. They're white, right?
So when I went, yeah, you can hear it as you go by.
My mom's maiden name is, I'm not going to say her maiden name because we use it for passwords. Password resets. She is Japanese. My mom's maiden name is Japanese. And we went to one of her family reunions in Vegas, which is funny for other reasons, because everybody told me there was a stereotypical thing about Asians and casinos, which I never knew was a thing. And then my mom's family had a family reunion in Vegas, and her last name is in poker chips on the back of our shirt, right? But we go and they go, oh, you must be from Anne's family. We're the only white table. Me and my cousins and my mom and my aunt and my dad and my uncle. We were the only white. Everybody else was full on Japanese, right? And we're like, yeah, we're Anne, which is my grandma. Oh, you must be Jimmy Ann's kids. Yep, we are.
I want to ask you about this sometime because like you have a whole Japanese background and culture that like we've never really scratched on, never really touched on.
I don't. No, my papa, Harry, my mom's dad, that's his side of the family, and he married my grandma Jimmy Ann, who's full-blooded Irish. So they knew that we were Harry and Jimmy Ann's kids because she's so white. But I don't know much about the culture.
Okay,
I don't know much about it. My grandpa's name is Seituku. My great grandpa.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like they're Japanese and when I was in North Carolina, this like college Asian pride group would call the radio station and get hella pissed. Don't let Madden speak for the Asian culture. She's not even saying her mom's last name right.
She's Japanese, but she's Japanese like Ian's Irish, you know?
She's not even pronouncing her great grandpa's name correctly.
Hey,
I don't know much about it. My dad's full-blooded Irish, and that's how we just grew up that way.
Yeah, you know, apparently Irish Japanese hair is like is a thing that I brought up when I got my haircut a while ago. I say, you know, my partner at work, you know, she spent years getting hers dialed in. I said she's got this really eclectic like Irish Japanese heritage, and the woman goes, "Oh, so then she must have like really coarse, you know." And I'm like, "Yeah, exactly." Like she knew exactly what you had.
But my
So
coarse hair, my curls come from my dad's side.
that's so odd to me.
Yeah, somebody at the in San Diego last week and thought I was Creole, but and I get that a lot. I get mixed a lot. But my dad is so Irish that his family, his ancestors, we were O Madden, and they had to drop the O when when it wasn't okay to be Irish. But his grandparents, her last name is Madden, and his last name is Madden from separate families. Like you couldn't be more
Wow. Okay.
Irish. More Irish. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we were O'Reillys.
Mm-hmm.
We were O'Reillys and McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I thought I was Scottish is because Mac is Scottish and Mick is Irish. And most of my family was McDonald's, but there's also a really weird spot in Ireland and Scotland called the Isle of Skye, where it's like whether you're Irish or Scottish, it doesn't matter. They all just kind of come together there.
Okay.
Before we go, I wanted to touch on the hotel thing real quick, only because I don't want it to sound like I crashed parties. But if you decide to crash a party, there's a very specific way you have to do it. Otherwise, you are going to get caught. You have to act like you belong there, and you have to act like you may not be a part of the party. So what I do when I go in is I make a beeline for where I'm going. I keep my eyes on something to the left or the right, and then every once in a while, I'll stop and kind of nod myself and be like, and act kind of flustered. And that makes people not want to talk to you because they think you've got something else going on. And that lets you get to where you're going to get your thing to get back out. But you have to commit.
You have a whole plan.
Yes, because it's like confidence in the clipboard. You have to understand that people are going to look at you and wonder who you are. And so you have to give yourself a plausible out to give them a chance to say, oh, maybe he's with the staff and not us. I'll leave him alone because I'll feel silly if I ask and he is.
Well, I'll just wait at the exit for you to bring me food and take your word for it.
Okay.
All right, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.